I want to get back to this energy situation now and catch up with Alan Moran from Regulation Economics. He joins us from Melbourne. Good to talk to you again, Alan. 1,200 megawatts about to go out of the national electricity market. Good coal-fired, dispatchable, reliable baseload power, although it's getting towards the end of its life. That's one of the issues here. But what's that going to do, firstly, to prices in the national electricity market?
Well, the interesting thing about this is that what Penny Sharp said, and indeed what the energy regulators said, on the one hand, almost in the same sentence, they both said the cheapest form of power is renewables. We've got to get more renewables in there. It's the cheapest form of power. Oh, by the way, as a result of this, the prices are going to go up. Now, we've seen the prices go up over the last 2 or 3 years. The energy regulators said they're going to go up another 20% in July. And this is all because we're canning the most efficient form of energy, which is basically coal or gas, and we're replacing it by wind and solar, which is, it might be cheaper if it's supplied when they want to supply it, but basically when you want to buy it, it's always going to be dearer. The cheapest form of ocean transport would be a sail ship, but nobody uses them because they don't work. They only work when the wind blows, etc.
Exactly.
And this is exactly the same with solar. I mean, it baffles me how seemingly intelligent people can speak with the two contradictory features of energy in the same sentence. Yeah. I mean, you know, it just doesn't work.
I said at the top of the program how this is completely wrong, and it does my head in. So I just want to get your best guess at the moment what the closure of Liddell will do to prices in the national electricity market.
Oh, there's no question that it will raise prices. The question is whether, in fact, it will lead to blackouts, and it probably won't, but it may well. The thing is, the more of these stable and controllable power sources that you close down, the more precarious the power supply is. The next one along the line is said to be Eraring. Whether that closes or not, I don't know. It's supposed to close in 3 years. But, you know, that would leave New South Wales and indeed the whole energy market in a very, very difficult situation. The closure of Liddell may or may not. The problem is Liddell hasn't closed because it is less efficient, although it is an old power station. It's closed because, you know, there's only so much power. We've been basically force-feeding renewables into the system with subsidies, and if they've gone from 0 to 20% in a few years, just a few years, they're going to go to 82%, if you believe the energy minister, by 2030. And the corollary of that is you've got to back off the rest of the power or close it down, and that's what they're doing. And that leads us to this precarious situation where dependent upon weather variable type power, and that means that they're going to go off and on.
Speaking of
as a result of this, it will.
Yeah, speaking of precarious, Alan, is the coming summer looming as a really worrisome summer when it comes to blackouts and reliable supplies?
Well, if everything goes right with the system, then the answer is no. It's not a problem because the system will cope. But, you know, the system doesn't go right all the time. I mean, in this last summer, we had a collapse of one of the power stations in Queensland through a variety of mishaps. You know, that sort of situation occurs. And if that occurs with one of the 8 or 9 or 10 different power stations which are giving us reliable power still in this coming summer, then there will be problems. But there will definitely be problems in the years ahead, and there will certainly be an increase in the prices, which we've been seeing, that price trajectory I think you showed in your intro, going up and up and up. That will continue going up and up and up. Meanwhile, as a result of that, we will be deindustrializing as a nation because we can't compete in terms of energy-intensive electricity, services and goods.
Indeed, it is a shocker.
So we will be deindustrialising and we'll be a lot poorer.
We will indeed. Our national energy self-harm continues. Alan, thanks so much for joining us.